I just saw Haley's comment your way. Said, why you always running in place? Even the man in the moon disappeared. Somewhere in the stratosphere. Tell my mother, tell my...
Hey, what's up you guys, it's JoJo. So, oh my god, my dream came true. So as you can tell, I am a Seto Kaiba fanatic. I've been obsessed with Kaiba since I was a kid. I loved Yu-Gi-Oh! In general, from when I was like, maybe about 6 years old. I don't know, but I drew this picture back in kindergarten, so I've obviously liked Kaiba and Yu-Gi-Oh! For a little while. Just kidding, I drew that yesterday. No, that was something that I drew, like, I want to say kindergarten, first grade. I'm 21 now, so that was a long time ago. But if you follow my channel here on YouTube, or don't, maybe look at it, I don't care, don't look at it, whatever, you might tell that I love Seto Kaiba. But why, JoJo? He's an asshole. I know, but I don't know, I've always have. I have Kaiba keychains, I have the Kaiba pop, I have so much shit up here, like my little shrine is right above me. I got this shirt at shirtpunch.com. I'll put a link in the description. When I had got it at the time, it was $10. It was a one-day thing. Now it's about 20 bucks, but it should still be up. I'll leave a link if you want to check out the shirt. But anyways, like I said, I've just been in love with Seto Kaiba for the longest time, even though he's an anime character. And I don't think that's sad.
Who can say where the road goes, where the day flows?
Actually, that's very sad. God, I have no life. But I know a little bit here and there about Seto Kaiba. And one of my dreams was to meet his English voice actor, Eric Stuart. So last year, I had made a customized Seto Kaiba pop before the official one came out. As you can see, I like Funko Pops. I started collecting about 2 years ago. And when I first started collecting, the first thing that I said was, is there any Kaiba Pops? There was absolutely no Yu-Gi-Oh! Funko anything. So I took it upon myself to buy one of those blank DIY pops and make one of my own. And this was the result. Keep in mind, this was the first time I've ever done like a custom pop or worked with clay at all. So he's very amateur looking. He's not the best looking at all. But I was pretty proud of it and I took it upon myself to tag Eric Stuart. I'm like, I'm gonna go out on a limb here, what do you think? He's like, oh, that's awesome, I love it. I fired someone because I was so happy. Love Kaiba. And I just like died right there. So it turned out he was coming to a convention in Edinburgh, Texas. I couldn't go, but somebody was kind enough to take this custom pop and have Eric Stuart sign it. There's a video on my channel where he took that he's signing it and he's like, how come I didn't get one of these? So I'm like, would you like one? He goes, yeah. So I made one and I sent it to him and he has one. And here is the signature on this one. Eric Kaiba Stuart. It was one of the first ones that I made. So he's not the best looking thing, but I'm proud of it and I'm happy that it's signed. He also signed this Blue Eyes White Dragon card that I took upon myself to put it on one of these things. But I thought it was hilarious because in the video he's signing it. He's like, do we know if they collect the cards or actually play the game? And I only collect, I never dueled. And there's a funny thing for that later, so I'll tell you about it. So he signed on the card and yeah, he's like, but then again, I'm Kaiba, I'll do what I want. So even if I was a duelist, like if I did duel with the cards, he was still going to sign it anyway. I'm like, that's so cool. So fast forward to a year later, or about a year and a half later, I come to find out that he's going to a small little convention in San Antonio, which is about 4 hours from where I live, and that he was going to do a panel and a couple of autograph sessions, and I was like, I have to go. And it was really cool. Tickets were about $10 and he had reasonable prices. I'm just like, I don't care, I'll pay whatever to see this man. I have to go. So there we go, to San Antonio. Remember the Alamo. But we go to PokeFest, is what it's called. It was a little Pokemon convention full of like Pokemon merchandise and a bunch of other things. But it was pretty small, but it was so much fun. I loved all the little knickknacks that they had. They had a bunch of Pokemon plushies. I don't have a lot of pictures or video because I was freaking out the entire time. But I'll show you a little that I went on Facebook Live. So I'm sorry that the video is like this. This just forget about it. We are here at. I didn't think. Where is he? Look at it. Look at the cute things.
Dante.
Oh, Dante! Hi, Teresa. Hi. Say hi.
Hi.
Yes, girl. I can't find him. I am like. I swear I'm gonna die of a panic attack. I don't know where he's at. There's some cute stuff. Look it. Oh, look it. With that kind of space on it, I want it. No, like, well, I mean, I just got here, but, oh, look at her. There's Charizard. Cute. Like, I've got here, it's a small, tiny little place. I've never been here. I don't know where he could be, but I've gotten people to compliment my shirt like 2 times already. Oh look, Harry Potter. Right there. Hey, I see stuff. I don't know where he could be. I don't know where he could be, but I'm gonna give it time. I'm like, oh cool, $10 mystery boxes. Oop, sorry. Girl. Look at all this Pokemon stuff. Ooh, a Tamagotchi. I see these at Dollar Tree. Oh look, it's one of the Pokeballs, the little gold ones. I love these things though, they're nice. I just got rid of mine. This one. Yeah, I had the Pikachu one. And I had the Poliwhirl one. Where is he? He's gonna push me away. Okay, I'm going around for like a second time. Look at these things. Oh, that is so cute.
Have it. Because we've discontinued it, they start with us. I already out of the way. Safer.
Oh, my God, what else do they have here? Minecraft, Naruto. Oh, look, Ruby. Star, the Forces of Evil, Steven Universe.
They're having clips.
I love Steven Universe.
Your shirt is fantastic.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. She has some
It's Kaiba.
and he's like making it rain blue eyes white dragons.
Yes. I love it. You know where he's at, do you? You know where he's at? Eric Stuart?
It's right there. Oh no, he's on break.
He's on break.
He's that one right there, 2 from us.
That one.
Where the FD table is.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So he's probably on break right now, going to do. Probably gotta get going.
Yes. He's got to eat.
I got my wife made me a Sandshrew one of these, and he's the voice of Sandshrew. in Pokemon.
Oh yeah, really? I know he's Sandshrew. I know he's Squirtle. He's Metapod. He's Scyther. Brock James.
But she made me a Sandshrew one, and I got him to sign it.
Nice. That's awesome. I'm hoping to get I have the Funko Pops, the Seto Kaiba and Blue Eyes White Dragon. Yes. but I'll be there. I'll wait.
This stuff is super reasonable. It's $20.
Yeah,
You
I
get
know.
an autographed postcard, and you get a free item autograph.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you
Yeah.
get 2 super.
Cool. I'll do that. I really like these. These are cute. I like that Charmin. If I don't go broke with him, I'll come back and probably.
We also sell our own custom order.
Oh, awesome.
For Christmas.
Yes. Awesome. I'll grab one of these just in case. I like Joseph. Oh, the Jack Skellington.
We do lots of different stuff, not just Pokemon stuff. And mostly Pokemon out here because it's Pokemon.
Yes.
We do everything from normal characters to Disney princesses.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love Kaiba. Wait, that's my guy right there. I like Charmander. He's cute. But anyway, the event started at 11 and we probably got there around 1:30. When I got there, he wasn't there. So I started freaking out. I'm like, oh my god, did we miss him or something? But somebody was like, no, he's just on break. You know, he's next door. He's having lunch. So I'm like, oh, okay. And me and my friend, we take a tour around the place around 4 times because it was that small. I got a little Kirby plushie that's actually behind me. I couldn't pass this little guy up. He's so cute. Literally maybe about 30 minutes after they had told me that he was taking a lunch break, he was back at his table. So my friend was trying to tell me something. She was like, oh, look at this. And I'm like, shut up. He's right there. So I'm rushing over to his table and I'm freaking out. Like, I'm so starstruck. Oh my god, it's Eric Stuart. He's Kaiba. He's Seto Kaiba. Oh my god, is this really happening? I am literally shaking. My hand is trembling. And I'm seeing all these people that are like, oh hey, what's up? You know, you're Kaiba, right? You're Brock, you're James, you're Squirtle. You know, they're all just like going up to him really cool, and I'm over here like, I'm gonna die. So there wasn't a lot of people when I went up there. There was actually 2 people ahead of me, and they were together, so they talked to him, they got his autograph, and they left. When it was my turn, I'm still shaking. I'm like, oh my god. And he's like, hey. I'm like, hey, it's so nice to meet you. I tell him, I'm JoJo. And I felt like I had to explain myself, like I was literally practicing what I was gonna say the entire time. I'm like, I have to let her know that I'm the pop girl, I'm the one who made him the pop. But that was all I had to say. All I said was, I'm JoJo. And he's like, hey, JoJo. I'm surprised that I did not pass out right there. I'm like, oh my god, he knows me. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? So we talked for a little bit. He's like, hey, so I saw that you traveled a little bit to get here. I'm like, yeah, it was about a 4-hour drive. He's like, wow, that's awesome. Yeah, I came all this way to see you. And I had given him this little Kaiba keychain. You know the little mystery boxes? These things. I gave him this one. And it was my only one, so I was happy to give it up. I also gave him one with Obelisk. I think that was from Series 1. I don't have one of those boxes. But I gave him the keychains and he's like, oh wow, these are cool. I'm gonna put these on my keys. I'm like, yes! This whole time I'm still freaking out and I'm so starstruck. I can't think. I'm just like, okay, can you sign my pops and this Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon card? He's like, yeah, sure. Oh, he's starting to sign my Kaiba pop, the box, and I had a paint pen in my hands. Because if you go and get a pop signed, it's best to have a paint pen, because Sharpie doesn't show up very good. So I'm like, wait. He's like, what? I'm sorry, like, can you use this pen instead? It just doesn't show up as good. He's like, yeah, sure. So I shake the pen and I'm like, here you go. And he's like, okay, yeah, we'll just write over that. And I'm over here like, oh my god, I'm pissing this man off. I already fucked up. But he was really cool about it. And again, I'm still freaking out. I'm just like, oh my god, this is actually happening. And this was the result. You can probably see the E is a little, where the Sharpie is underneath the pen. Don't worry, I have it in a pop stack. I just took it out for the video. But I'm like, oh my god, it's happening. You know, this is real. And then he also signed my Blue Eyes White Dragon. Eric Stuart. Yes. And then here's the Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon card. So then he does a voice recording for me. And the first thing he's like, "Can I make fun of you?" I'm like, "Yes, you can say whatever you want." And he takes my phone. He's like, "Okay, well, let me see your phone. It's going to be a voice memo." I'm like, "Okay, sure." He takes my phone and he goes and he's like, he has this little black curtain and he just kind of turns and he's like talking into the phone like this so you can hear it better. And this was what he said.
Jojo, it's Seto Kaiba. So, rumor has it you like to duel. Guess what? I'm ready to duel ya, but I think you might not be good enough. So, I'm gonna ask my brother to step in for me, because Mokuba is awful, and you probably are awful too. Actually, Mokuba is so bad that I'm gonna lend him my Blue Eyes White Dragon just to kick your butt. Because I am the true king of games.
Oh my god, I bursted out laughing. After I left, I heard the recording. I'm like, oh my god, he just called me an awful duelist. He's not wrong. I don't duel. I'm pretty sure Mokuba can kick my ass, just like he said. So he also had these little postcards that he was doing, and again, I was so like starstruck that I just couldn't think straight. I'm just like, oh, hold on, like, one of the postcards? I'm like, I was gonna pay right then and there, but I was confused. And he goes, no, he's like, you got your 2 pops. It's one autograph, get another autograph free, and the card. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm like, oh my god, I need to stop. I'm pissing this man off. But again, he was really cool about it. I'm just like, oh my god, I need to shut up. So I leave and I'm like, oh my god, this actually happened. So I had walked by again. I'm like, oh my god, thanks for the recordings. Oh, again, I had completely forgot. I had another little Kaiba keychain that I was going to give him. It was this little rubber Kaiba keychain, like one of these. I carried that one with me on my lanyard since I bought it, and it was finally time to let it go. And he's like, oh, these are so cool, you know, again, he's gonna put it on his keys. And I leave. I'm still walking around where it's a very small convention. It was easy not to walk by his table. Like, I must have walked by his table a couple of times, but again, the place was so small. In order to get around, I had to pass his table a couple of times, you know, because there was this little stand in front of him that sold a bunch of Pokemon plushies and some Pokemon cards, you know. So in order to waste time, I would occasionally go in front of where he was standing and look at the Pokemon plushies and some of the Pokemon cards, which I regret not buying because I've been getting into Pokemon cards again and I didn't buy any. But I had gone back a 3rd time, and I'm like, hey, I'm back. He's like, you're back. I'm like, can I have one of these postcards? I'm like, I'll pay for one of these. He goes, sure. He goes, and your extra fan item? Because every postcard you get, you get an extra fan item signed. I'm like, I don't have one. I should have bought like a Squirtle card or something. And he's like, you're going to miss out on this opportunity. Like, I'm sorry. He's like, no, you're good. So, this is what I got. This is Eric Stuart. So around 5 o'clock, he does his panel. He takes a couple of questions. I will. I don't know if I'll upload the full, panel. I missed like 10 minutes of it because I was outside charging my phone. But I'll probably put a clip in here where I ask a question. I did ask him, like, what was your hardest role? And he's like, well, like, physically, like, because he also does, like, commercials, like, voiceovers for commercials, and he's like, I'm also the press one, to hold, or whatever. And I'm like, well, characters in general. And he's like, oh, well, Kaiba. So I'm like, of course. And, so after he leaves his panel, it was time to go. Like, he was ready to go. He wasn't doing autographs anymore. It was time to go. So he walks right behind me and a bunch of other people, and he's like trying to get by because, again, it's so small, it's very crowded. He's trying to get by. He has his backpack up here, and I've noticed that the keychains are dangling on his backpack, and I'm like, hey, you put the keychains up. He's like, yeah, I told you I wouldn't. And I'm like, oh my god. So I had to leave too after he left because, we had been there for so long, and it's a long drive back home. And I had walked outside, and he was sitting in the lobby. He was on his phone. He was busy. I didn't want to bother him, but I walked by. I'm like, hey, Eric, it was nice meeting you. you know, safe flight home. And he's like, oh, hey, nice meeting you too. You know, safe travels. And that was it. Afterwards, because we're in San Antonio, we have to go to the Alamo. Of course we did. It was nighttime, but we still went and we took a picture and then we went home. And the whole ride home, I was sitting there, I'm like, oh my god, I did it. I met Seto Kaiba. What do I do with my life now? But it was just amazing, and I hope I can try to get him to come to my my local convention. If you ever want to have Eric Stuart at your convention, you have to go to his website, and I think he has a form that you have to fill out and send to your convention center or whatever. It's a process, but I'll have to figure it out. I'll probably do it one day, maybe not next year, or I'll try to get him to come to my convention one day. But I gotta have the convention approve him as a guest. Like, it's not him that's like, sure, I'll come. No, you have to have the convention be like, yeah, we'd love to have him as a guest. That's my story. That just totally made like my whole year. I am so happy, and I am like, oh my god, I still think it's a dream. Like, it's funny because the people behind me, when I went up to him, they're like, oh my god, you're shaking. And I'm like, of course I'm shaking. This man is like Seto Kaiba. I am obsessed with Seto Kaiba. I'm dying. I'm so starstruck. And when I'm telling my friends the story, they're like, calm down, you know, he's just this and that. I'm like, to you, he's just Eric Stuart voice actor. To me, he's Eric Stuart and Seto Kaiba. And Brock and James and this and that. And a musician. Like, you know, he's somebody that I have so much respect for. And it's funny because I had told him once, like in a comment, I'm like, if I ever meet you, I don't know what I do. I'm like going to die. He's like, no. He's like, I'm just only, you know, a good voice actor. Like, you don't have to freak out. And I thought that was hilarious. But like I said, that's my story. I am so happy I got to meet him. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.